Across Canada, more than 22,000 people live with Down syndrome. We often hear one story about them, a single narrative of limits, labels, and low expectations. But that story is incomplete. From big cities to small towns, people with Down syndrome are building unique lives. Lives that are shaped by culture, family, language, and where they call home. Unified Voices, exploring Canada through the voice of Down syndrome. In Windsor, Ontario, Jasmine's world begins and ends with family. Jasmine works in her family's African restaurant, serving food to the community with laughter and love.
What's your name?
Jasmine Akama.
How old are you?
24.
24. Where do you live?
Windsor, Ontario.
Windsor, Ontario. Where do you work?
Zoo Eats.
Zoo Eats.
Zulu Eats is a Ghanaian food business that we started as a team, the children and I. Not just introducing Ghanaian dishes to our community, but having a place for Jasmine to come to that is paramount. Getting to work with her siblings as a family, it has been a blessing.
When we were raised, my mom ensured that we all understood that Jasmine was just like us, regardless of how she took in information. So because Jasmine understood that she was just like us, she expected to have all of the same milestones that we had. When she saw us getting jobs, she was ready and eager to have a job too. So she understood that when you graduate, you work. So it was awesome that she was able to still have that fulfilling and full circle experience. Who do you work with?
Dessa, DJ, Mom.
What do you do?
Boxes, stamps.
Growing up in Ghana, we were not the only siblings in the house. We had our cousins moving in to live with us. So we always had the extended family somewhere around us. That has always been our lifestyle.
My mom has always been really open and transparent in every stage of life with us. And so when she got to that place where she was doing her end of life planning, she had let us know in terms of power of attorney, and of course Jasmine, what her intentions and wishes were was that she would live with one of us so that she could continue to live a fulfilling life. For me, that's really important. When I was getting very serious with my now husband, I explained to him that, just so you understand, when that time comes, like Jasmine and I are a package deal, which he said he'd prefer if Jasmine was with him because then he has another person on his side to beat me up. So I know that we have all those plans that when we get our next house, we'll have a suite. My mom, I think also because of our Ghanaian culture, is big on celebrating. Everyone has like an individual birthday party. I started to see the shifts maybe when Jasmine was like grade 5.
Yeah.
Every kid in the class would be invited and come to the birthday parties, and then we started to see the numbers sort of dwindle little by little without really much explanation, and then we started to piece it together that Jasmine was different than them.
Not everybody has the same position that we're in. They're not learning everything. They're not living the same experiences that we're living. So it sucks to see people be so hurtful for no real reason with somebody they don't know.
I know as an older sibling that was hard to see because we knew how much she wanted those friends and she wanted those connections.
One thing that I see is a big misconception about people with Down syndrome is their ability to comprehend and relate and understand. There could be moments when you are so sad, so broken, so closed up that you don't want to talk to anybody. Jasmine, out of the blue, she just goes straight to hugging, to comforting, to letting you know that everything is all right. It's almost supernatural, her ability to just understand and empathize on sort of an instinctual level. Even better than myself, I'd say.
Where do you dance? What's the dance school name?
H.E.
Industry Dance is a local dance school, and they actually specifically created an accessible dance class. While it's great to have events that are Down syndrome specific, this is really cool because it allows us to connect with people across different abilities. So dance has been great because now she has Emma, who would be her best friend right now, but it's hard. She doesn't have the ability to drive herself places. It is difficult, and luckily we're a close-knit family, but we know she also craves like a friendship, a relationship. We know she has a crush on The Rock, but we also know one day maybe she will fall in love. So those are things that we think about.
Jazzy does very well with routines, so we always try to keep the same routine to help her. At night, before she goes to bed, we pick her clothes for the next day. We put them all in the same place, her shoes, her socks, everything, so it's easier for her when she gets up.
Jasmine, again, because she was raised with this understanding that she's just like us, really, really, really wants independence. The iPad is a really amazing tool because it gives her that independence and that sense of self that she can do something on her own. If you see her struggling on the iPad, someone's first instinct might be to go and help her. Oh, no. She will tell you to go away very quickly, and she will try to figure it out on her own through trial and error. And it's really cool to see how far she came from when she was younger and had her iPad to now. At some point, she set her own password on her iPad. We do not know how. None of us knew the password for her.
And we still don't know.
Yeah, we still can't. No one knows except for Jasmine.
Yeah. Wrestling is her favorite sport.
Who do you love?
Let's see, Rock,
The Rock?
Jerry Johnson.
What about us?
Oh, The Rock! Dwayne Johnson. Yes. Yeah, that's her favorite. Basically, she knows almost every wrestler that you can think of.
You love your family?
Love. Yeah. I love your family.
At 25, Carmel's life unfolds in the small prairie town of Moosomin, Saskatchewan. Carmel works at a local hotel and at a resource center for people with different abilities.
In a small town, everybody's noticed, known, and missed.
I think that's something that not a lot of people know about Saskatchewan. What you see from the outside is not how it is living here.
When we had to move to Mooseman here, the transitioning went overly well.
I call to the mountains sitting across the bay. Morning comes always steady than yesterday. I take the stillness as a sign to write a song.
I think people with disabilities in smaller towns may find it harder to find opportunities that align with their personal goals and their dreams and what they want to do.
You brought cookies? No way.
There are limited opportunities for career development and developing your hobbies and everything in small towns, period, but I can see how that's especially difficult if you have different abilities. I was born and raised here in Mooseman. We started hanging, well, we knew of each other when you came to school here, and then I actually worked at Kinability.
Yeah. Pipestone Kinability supports 21 individuals that are living with disabilities. We do anything from fun-based activities to group outings to daily skills, things like that. We have a laundry program where Carmel works, and it is real work for real pay. So we have 14 individuals that work in there, and it's to the point where a few of them have come off of set because of the hours that we're able to give them.
The Kinability is good for Carmel to go socialize there, and there's all ages there. So Wyatt moved here last year, and his mom reached out to me here a few months ago and was wondering if Wyatt and Carmel can become genuine friends.
My name is Wyatt, and I've been living here in Mooseman since July 2024. I first saw Carmel when I was at the Rock Candy concert with my grandparents and dad in October. But I was officially introduced to her at the Kinability Center when we were having a Christmas celebration. And ever since, Carmel and I became friends. I think Carmel is a very good person.
Carmel, tell me about your friendship with Wyatt.
And I danced with him at the Rock Candy concert. And then I did my nip at the Kim Center for Christmas, a bit of present. Yeah.
For your guests, you know. It's good for them just to hang out with somebody. It's nice just to hang out with somebody and chat.
To be in a smaller community, it's about the closeness and the safety.
Friend-wise, it's a little bit more tough out there, you know, especially since school's been done. Her middle sister Dharma, which she is closest to Carmel in age, 2 years apart, but it was good for Carmel because she thrived wherever Dharma wanted to do, or what Dharma was doing, Carmel wanted to do. So it was like twins, really. But it is tough when they want to go their separate ways and they want to have their own friends, and then Carmel's actually is left behind. So that part, I don't know if it bothered her more or if it bothered me more. It was heartbreaking because she wanted to go and she couldn't. With my girls being away, she gets invited every now and then, not every weekend, but maybe once every 2-3 months. But sometimes I feel like I'm bothering people and I don't want to, but they're there if needed.
Every time we go out to do something like have coffee, She knows everyone in the restaurant or cafe or at Tim Hortons. She just knows absolutely everyone in town. She's just super outgoing and kind and welcoming, and everyone she meets, she just embraces, literally. She loves to hug. I don't know, I think you're just very outgoing and you're so kind. You always make people feel welcome.
You're gonna make me cry.
Oh, don't cry, Zelda.
Oh, no.
Sherbrooke, Quebec. In Sherbrooke, Quebec, Elizabeth is in her 40s, living a life filled with small joys. Elizabeth spends her days working at the local university, making chocolates and knitting gifts by hand.
Puis, quoi d'autre que tu fais comme passe-temps?
Ben, on s'occupe.
Tu t'occupes à faire quoi?
On écoute, écoute la musique.
Écoute la musique.
Ouais.
Puis, tu fais des sorties des fois?
Chez ma mère, oui.
Tu vas chez ta
J'ai
mère?
sorti des Renault Roulin, des Renault Souliers.
On va magasiner.
Magasiner.
Pour l'habillage, beaucoup.
Bonjour, moi je me présente Louise Meunier. Je suis directrice de l'Association du syndrome de Down. L'association a été reconnue milieu de vie, ça fait quelques années, depuis 2014. On a un beau projet de logement. C'est les parents qui ont demandé de travailler sur un projet de logement. Présentement, malheureusement, on a des jeunes ou des adultes qui se retrouvent en CHSLD.
Après, Marie, on va prendre des photos.
Oui. Puis c'est qui t'a montré comment tricoter?
C'est moi-même.
C'est toi-même? T'as appris par toi-même?
Oui.
Oh, OK.
Non, il y a ma tante Claudette qui a aidé aussi, ta marraine.
De ma marraine, ma tante pour moi.
OK.
Ma soeur.
C'est ma soeur à ma mère.
OK, elle t'a aidé?
Elle m'a aidé.
Elle t'a montré comment faire ça?
Ouais.
OK.
Ce qu'on voudrait, c'est qu'il y ait un milieu de vie, une place où rester, que c'est vraiment adapté pour eux.
Puis, tu travailles à l'université, toi aussi?
Oui.
L'Université de Sherbrooke?
C'est ça.
Ouais, mais c'est où la bâtisse que tu vas nous voir?
Quel endroit à l'université que tu travailles?
À Sherbrooke.
À Sherbrooke, mais quel département? Quelle bâtisse?
Ça s'entend en bas.
En bas de la bâtisse?
Ça s'entend en marché longtemps.
Ouais.
Ça, c'est en bas.
OK. Je pense que c'est la bâtisse multi-loisirs,
Ouais,
multifonctionnelle.
Ouais.
OK. Puis tu travailles à la cafétéria?
Oui, c'est ça.
Puis c'est quoi que t'aimes le plus à travailler à l'université?
C'est une gang d'amis, c'est une gang à l'équipe.
OK. T'aimes le travail d'équipe ensemble?
Oui.
Puis quand tu viens ici à l'association, c'est quoi tu fais quand tu arrives ici à l'association?
Ben, je fais des choses.
On a des projets pour proches aidants. Ça veut dire des conférences pour les parents. Durant l'année, on a des sorties, on a des fêtes sociales, on a des activités. Aussi, depuis des années, on travaille pour développer la participation sociale puis l'intégration. Ça veut dire un changement de... Quand moi j'ai commencé, moi ici, ça fait 12 ans que je suis là, tout près de 12 ans. Au début, c'était beaucoup plus de l'occupationnel. Maintenant, c'est vraiment on travaille pour l'autonomie, la prise en charge, que les gens soient autonomes.
Les gens ne devraient pas mettre l'emphase sur ce qu'ils ne sont pas capables de faire, mais au contraire, c'est mettre en devant ce qu'ils sont capables de. Elisabeth, elle, dans son cas, elle adore le chocolat. Elle veut apprendre, elle veut toujours faire quelque chose de plus. Puis c'est comme ça que nous, à l'association, on l'a choisi pour faire un projet d'entrepreneurship. Qu'est-ce que tu aimes le plus dans l'effet que tu fais du chocolat?
C'est juste les pépites de chocolat.
Les pépites de chocolat que tu aimes le plus?
Oui.
OK. OK. Puis le faire fondre, je m'imagine?
Oui, le fondre, oui.
Oui. Puis une fois que le chocolat est fondu, comment que tu fonctionnes pour les mettre dans les moules?
Ben, c'est des louches.
Une louche.
OK.
On va les mettre souvent.
Je trouve ça très intéressant qu'on ait joint l'association ici, là, comme telle, et qu'on puisse profiter de cette formation-là, de cette aide-là.
Et c'est éventuellement Picalin, son mini-entreprise de produits qu'elle va fabriquer à l'aide de l'association. Pour que les gens voient qu'avec de l'aide, avec du support, on peut faire plein d'affaires. Il s'agit juste de trouver une passion qui nous anime. Puis, c'est ça, on adore Elisabeth.
Oui, c'est vrai.
On est bien fiers d'elle.
In Vancouver, 20-year-old Marshall lives for the rhythm of the city and the bounce of a basketball. At the Down Syndrome Resource Foundation, he learns about himself and the world, yet even surrounded by family love. His deepest wish is simple, to find a true friend to share it all with.
I'm a basketball. I played in the basketball team. I wish me happy mama that I work. About the food, drink, about swimming pool, hot tub, sauna.
He's always loved playing basketball. He told me that he wanted to be in the NBA so that he could get rich and then be able to help mom and dad so that we don't have to work.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna buy a house and all the other things, and then take care of Granny and Papa and his uncles and his aunts.
Yeah.
You're gonna take care of all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go to Africa because make our food. I give it other people food, drink is water. We help the people in the Africa. Yeah.
It's an activity that's typical, but it's geared towards many who have a special need, and so it's been adapted for them, but they can still participate. It's also a place where you're meeting other families and team members that have a special need, that need support, and so you're creating new friendships. You're meeting other parents that have this lived experience and that can support yourself as well as a parent. And you just build again another community. The advantages of living in a city like Vancouver is just the supports that would be available. As long as you know how to navigate getting to them. At a young age, Mason knew his brother was coming, knew that he had Down syndrome, and from the beginning seemed to want to be able to take care of him. And then Layla, Marshall was a little over 2 when she was born, and she's always understood. I guess because they were both home from school together or extremely close. Almost like being twins, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
My sister is Lila is going to fly to the Queens.
She's going to fly to Queens, is she? Yeah, she's going to go off to university. We do know other families that have a child with Down syndrome. They have siblings and they don't get me here. Marshall is a bit of a ham and lots of fun to be around and always communicative. And certainly in every environment he's been in, everybody has always been very good and kind to him. But there's never been one that just seemed to click with Marshall. He's really never had I should say he's had friends, but never had a best friend. DSRF is the Down Syndrome Resource Foundation. It's been around for 30 years, and they are supporting children with Down syndrome exclusively. You know, funding for children with any special need other than autism doesn't really exist unless something's created for them. Certainly there is some funding for persons with disabilities, but just not in the same degree. So the DSRF has really been a wonderful place, an incredible support for us. From about the beginning of high school, they've been around, and we've gone through groups where maybe it was on something like advocacy for your kids.
I don't know, have you ever had that? Anybody judging you? Your friends don't know? Some of your friends know. And you don't tell all of them, though? No. There you go.
Come high school, we really focused on, for Marshall anyway, speech therapy and reading and communication.
You have $3. This keychain is $5.
DSRF is let me have friends in my classroom.
Okay, Marshall, how much money do you have? 13. Okay, that means that you can buy everything that's 13 or less than 13.
And my teacher helped me to reading with a book, with a math.
Yeah, work it.
Living with a child with Down syndrome is just a gift. It's a blessing. Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And you put a smile on everyone's face, don't you?
Yeah.
When we're in the car, you're waving, you're saying hello. I don't know. Just you care about what's important.
Yeah.
And you make us do the same.
Yeah.
You teach us something new every day, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our family would never be complete without you, right?
Yeah.
No. With any of you, any of the 3 children that we have.
Yeah.
When war reached Ukraine, Mykola and his family had to leave everything behind. Now living as refugees in Canada, each day is a struggle to start over. But a circle of classmates and teachers at school is helping Mykola to find a new beginning far from home.
Starting your life over at 46 is very hard. So we both had good jobs. I graduated from the medical university and became a pharmacist. He graduated from the university and his major was engineering. So our universities and also our work experience are not recognized here.
І приїхали сюди, а тут все з нуля.
But when we arrived here, we had to start from the beginning. On the 24th of February in 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine. Life conditions started to get worse. There was no power. There were shellings in different cities. Mykola was afraid of those explosions and
І вони з сестрою сиділи в коридорі.
And he and his sister were sitting in the corridor.
Там, де були просто дві є стіни, які несучі.
There were like 2 walls that could like protect them. He was very scared. At that time, Canada launched a program called CUAET. And we arrived in Canada on the 22nd of February in 2023. And also we were provided a hotel for 2 weeks from the government. And within these 2 weeks, you were supposed to find a place to live and a job. After staying in the hotel, we moved to this house. It was empty. There was nothing in the house.
У нас просто в Україні здаються будинки.
We started from scratch. We didn't have anything like no spoon, no plate, and we needed all of it at the same time.
Ну, але якось пішло. Якось приїхали і...
But we did it somehow.
Було тяжко, не могли знайти житла, шукали дуже довго, поки ми були.
It was hard, we couldn't find housing.
Шукали житло, дуже...
We were told that there was a Ukrainian church in Coal Harbor. And there were Ukrainians who have lived here for many years, and they advised us what to do, how to do it.
Bye-bye.
Mykola had friends in Ukraine, and their names were Mykola and Bogdan. Okay, so and they're still waiting for him to come back. But the parents are unsure if those friends are still in Ukraine.
In the Nova Scotia school system, we have a learning center, which is a secondary classroom that is available for students with special needs to help with specialized teaching. But we have an inclusion policy, so they go to the regular classrooms as much as they can. My job is to work together with his parents and his teachers to come together for a formalized plan that we implement within the school system. So within the classroom, he's working on his specialized skills. So we focus on his communication skills.
I don't even know how they understand him at school. It's a mystery to me. But he listens to them.
It's kind of a complex for us to teach Mykola because he struggles to learn the language of his own language, and now we're trying to, complicate things by getting him to learn a new language. When he first came to us, that was like what we needed to really focus on his routines, getting him to understand his day, and focusing on learning English.
I'm so grateful to them. I don't know what they did, but he didn't like going to school in Ukraine. But here he runs to school. For him, it's like a punishment if it's a weekend or he...
Vacation.
Or like a break and he doesn't go to school.
That's amazing.
Today, hearing that he was challenged at his school in Ukraine is shocking to me because he's just so willing to do things at school. He's very well liked.
There is a language barrier. They don't speak Ukrainian and he doesn't speak English. Okay. But they are able to understand each other. Down syndrome is not a disease, that it's just a genetic disorder. And people don't understand that all these people have the same diagnosis, but they are all different.
Eight-year-old Blake lives in London, Ontario, where his Indigenous identity is at the heart of who he is. In the past, Blake's needs and culture were often overlooked. But in his new classroom, Blake and his parents have finally found what they were searching for: support, respect, and the freedom to celebrate who they are.
Blake is our son. He is 9 years old, born with Down syndrome, trisomy 21. We found out that he was going to have Down syndrome when I was pregnant.
Since we were so young, like you were 20, I would have been like 21.
Yeah.
It was a surprise for sure. Yeah. Being a young father with a child with Down syndrome is one thing I would tell people is to have patience, right? To have a lot of patience, you you're raising somebody and then you're also growing up yourself. Another thing I would say is gratitude, right? Be grateful for your community. Be grateful for good health. And yeah.
People react to Blake both positive and negatively. Blake was at another school before, and we had issues with not accommodating his needs, whether it was extra supervision, just typical...
Or full day. They wanted half days of school.
Days. At first, it wasn't even... It was like 3 hours. They had me there before lunchtime, pick him up, and then it got moved to 1:15. So throughout the whole first year of his first year, he didn't ever attend a full day of school. I find that it's important to have elders around because you learn from them. From their patience, their stories, their knowledge.
When we're sitting around a beading circle and we're sharing stories and we're supporting each other, it is that place of inclusion. I'd say it's good medicine. It's a way that we help each other stay in balance.
Yeah. Someone's piece.
So our traditions, our ceremonies, our dances, our beadwork, our art, right? Like they were all meant to help us to thrive and to have balance. And unfortunately, a lot of that was taken away, or they tried to take it away. and so now when things come back and we're doing our dances and ceremonies and we're doing our beadwork, right? Like it's almost an act of resistance in a way of saying, no, we're still here. Your son Blake can grow up and, like you said, be like, my mom was a beader, and be proud of that and not have to worry that, like, is she gonna get in trouble?
So I'm from Six Nations of the Grand River and Oshegan and Brantford. In grade 6, I was living on the reserve. My grandfather, my dad's dad, went to one of the residential schools in Brantford. I think it was the Mohawk one. As an Indigenous person, I feel like it's important for everyone to join Orange Shirt Day because it's sharing our story that people didn't make it home. Having us partake in that march, especially with Blake, it was amazing to see how many people within the Indigenous community, but also with like outsiders, allies, coming together and making it a point that we're able to be together and fight this.
Even Blake's school, right? So Blake goes to like a Catholic school, and they celebrate Orange Shirt Day as well. And when he started off at St. Michael's, it was a lot better.
Yeah.
They really stepped up really quickly, and he has like an EA team. They started a sensory room, so if he ever needs like to be away from the classroom, there's a room that he can like go to and get away for a little bit. They also want to take part in the community more, where like Taylor has gone to the school and taught classes how to do beadwork.
Yeah, with some of the older classes, grade 7 and 8, so I taught them how to do beaded earrings and poppies. As a mother and now a protector of my own son, I need to share with him and everyone else in our lives what happened.
I am encouraged by the next generation, seeing that they're learning it in school now. And one of the things that is said is if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah.
And I am pretty sure that we won't be doomed to repeat it because these kids know.